guys, we're gonna do another one just to show you guys. Alright guys, today we're going to get started on a little special project. We are building an engine for TJ Hunt. So we're not just going to build any engine for him. We're building a 20B engine that originally comes from the Cosmos from Japan. And this is a 3-rotor engine. As you guys seen, we have some 3-rotor cars that make a ton of horsepower. And right now, we've been working on this project with him for the past couple of years. Mainly hit some snags because we bought a 20B and ended up being damaged, so we couldn't use it. And then we bought another 20B and we ended up getting scammed out of the money. So now we bought another 20B and now we actually have a whole engine to build and show you guys how to build a nice 3-rotor engine. And this motor is most likely he has 2 FDs, the white car and the Veil side, and this 3-rotor is going to go into the Veil side RX-7. Now by the time you see this video, we're probably going to be in California already installing it. So this video is to show you guys the whole build breakdown of the engine, the clearancing, the balancing, where he did some of the machine work with the mill and assembly, building the rotors and assembly. So we're gonna go, this video is just gonna be about building a 20B engine. As some of you guys know, we invested into this machine a couple of years ago. This is from CW Industries. We use this to balance from 2 rotors, 3 rotors, 4 rotors. We can do it all in this. We have balanced Adams 4-rotor engine. We have balanced our 3-rotor engines, and we've had this machine for close to 2 years now. Everything that's come out of this machine has been proven in drag racing, drifting, you name it. Right now we're gonna get set up. We have this shaft right here, and we have to put the counterweights on. Pretty much the whole rotating assembly of this engine, we're gonna put it on this machine. Each one of these rotors is new to us, so they need to be weight matched. All 3 have to be the same. So whatever this rotor weighs, this is gonna weight that plus the weight of the apex seals, corner seals, and the oil. I have the rotors weight matched, took weight out evenly, 360 degrees. So each rotor right now is 4570. So 4570, got 4570. And 4570. All 3 rotors weigh the same right now, so now we just got to replicate that weight with the bob weights, and then we can turn and start balancing this assembly. So it's getting pretty late right now, so most likely what we'll do is we'll do this tomorrow. That way we don't do half the job today. Just did the first spin on it, so it is showing 8 grams on the rear, 12 grams on the front. Now the 12 grams on the front are right here, and we can't remove weight off of that. And then the 8 grams on the rear are right here, and we are good to go there. So the reason it's off on the front, it's got a lot of weight removed in it already, and we are not using turbo rotors on this engine. This engine has S4 NA rotors, which are slightly higher compression, which also means that they are slightly heavier. So these rotors weigh 4570, and compared to a turbo rotor weighs 43, around there. So it's a big weight difference. You can't just swap them out and not balance the engine. If you swap out rotors like this, you have to balance it. So as you can see, you know, now we have an issue where we have to add weight. So pretty much this machine will tell me right here, instead of removing, now we're adding. And right here on this area, I have to add 12 grams. So pretty much I'll have to fill in these holes right here and add weight back in there to then remove it. We added the weight, and now we're in a good spot for this. So we're gonna remove right here. All right, now that's a little bit closer, within 8 grams, we can spin it faster. And as you guys remember, the weight that we had to remove was in an area where the counterweight had no weight. So now we reversed it, added weight, and now we're in a spot, a fresh spot, to remove 8 grams. So pretty much we're gonna insert the size of the drill bit, and it will tell us how deep to go. 0.54 on the rear, 0.48 on the front. All right, so this should be the final spin. I already removed all the necessary weight, and we are within our spec, under 1 gram. So we'll save that. And this is what we came up with. 10 pounds of force on the rear bearing at 10,000 and 16 pounds of force on the bearing at 10,000 on the front. So this engine is balanced and it's good to go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these rotors on the table, start assembling these rotors. I won't bore you guys with the porting, you guys already seen it, so I'll just set up a time-lapse camera when we're building the rotors. All right, so we got the new rotor bearings pressed along with the main bearings. So those are in. You can start building the rotors. I'm gonna set up the time-lapse, assemble the rotors. We're gonna probably pick up tomorrow after this time-lapse, and it will be actually stacking the motor. So let's build the rotors real quick, not get ahead of ourselves. Rotors and assembly tomorrow. Side seals, corner seals are in, everything clearanced on each rotor. So now I get to address the plates, which is just porting, just that little bit right there, polishing the plates, and assembling, which we'll do tomorrow. The next day, just got done porting the plates. So I port matched the housings because one of them was already ported, so I had to match the other two to that one port. Bridge is done. The secondary port housings, same thing, they're ported. Because it's a half bridge, the primary ports don't have a bridge. The other housing, this is a secondary port, so that has a bridge on it. Then this inside one is primary, no bridge on that. The housing for the front, and the last bridge port for the front rotor. Pretty much this engine is ready for assembly. I have to go check to see for the apex seals to see if they showed up. Whenever they show up, we can stack this motor. We have everything is already built with the rotors. We're just missing the apex seals themselves. I'm gonna give this a final wipe down, and next stage, let's build us a 3 rotor for TJ Hunt. motor's fully assembled and fully torqued down. We have 1/2-inch studs right here that are machined to act as dowel pins. So having those two over there is the equivalent of having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more dowel pins on top of the 6 that it already has. So we got twice as many reinforcement right there. Engine's externally oil modded, so the oil passage is completely bypassed from here to here to here, so it's gonna have to have external lines. We have to end up changing the end plate spacer. So now, as you can see, we're at 0 right there, and then 4 thousandths. So that's me putting a lot of pressure. So it's supposed to be between 2 to 4. And that right there is within spec. The only thing that we have left is the front cover and the oil pan. And that'll be it. This engine will be done and we'll just start boxing it up, ship it to California. Engine's complete, wrapped up in a box. We're about to close it up, wrap it. And now we gotta get ready. We're leaving this Sunday.
Who's we? Who's we?
Me and this dude over here. So we're gonna meet up in California and we're gonna install this 20B. And as you guys will see, it's gonna be a sick couple of days. What, like 5, 6 days?
You're looking like TJ. If not, I wouldn't gone back to California. I'm only going there for TJ.
Yeah, John doesn't like California anymore. So we're gonna make this exemption for TJ. And we're gonna get this 20B on that bell side and it's gonna be sick. That's it for the engine build. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys.
Subscribe, like, buy merch, and see you next time.
Alright, it's gonna be the last time it sounds like this.
Mochi, quiet.
Mochi's like, yo, why am I not on the laptop right now?